This morning on Daybreak, a local lawmaker introduces a bill that would expand the places a child sex offender would be banned, and how a group of students are looking to better the community through advertising.
Also, it's time to introduce our second Remarkable Women finalist. We'll show you what parents are saying about Leisha Baker and her tutoring skills. We'll have all those stories and a lot more for you this morning on Daybreak. Welcome on in. It's Tuesday, February 18th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
I'm Joe Morano. You always need a good tutor if you're struggling a little bit in school, so good on Leisha for doing that.
Even if you're doing well, a tutor can reinforce that mentality and keep you on the right track.
Yeah, very important work to do.
Yeah.
So we will look forward to hearing her story, but we also need to let you know to bundle up this morning as you get going. A couple of days of nicer weather. Temperature-wise has gone away, right, Elisa?
Yeah, that colder air is on its way in, and it's coming in step 1 this morning, step 2 by Thursday. A couple of different steps down.
Oh, boy.
We'll grab the layers and be prepared.
We're starting out with temperatures in the 30s this morning. Remember, we started out near 50 degrees yesterday, and it is 36 degrees in Springfield right now. We've got cloudy skies, and those north winds pretty steady at 12 miles per hour. Some light snow flurries from Clinton to Lake of the Ozarks this morning. That will continue to seep its way southward and probably more in the form of rain as it gets towards Springfield, and that precipitation is pretty light. We've got mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures are about 15 degrees colder now than it was this time yesterday. Still holding on, though, to 49 degrees in Mountain Home. It's 36 in Springfield and 36 degrees in Clinton. North winds are sustained near 15 miles per hour this morning. That's what's bringing in that colder air. So we'll have mostly dry roads as we head through the afternoon. Those showers will be pretty quick and light as they come through the area. We'll find mostly cloudy skies by dismissal with temperatures cooler at 43 degrees. So we're tracking those cooler 40s today. Even colder by Thursday, possibly with even a shot of some light snow, and then more rain chances by the weekend. Your full forecast is up in 10 minutes.
We begin this morning in your education coverage. A group of students at Missouri State University is working on an ad campaign they hope will impact our local community for the better.
Color 10's Nyjah McDonald met with the students and joins us in studio this morning to explain just how they plan to do this. Nyjah.
Well, good morning, Lauren and Joe. The students are part of MSU's advertising team and are working on a national ad campaign aimed at lowering the rates of hate and targeted violence. This includes anything from a mass school shooting to a terrorist attack. Missouri State University's advertising team is one of 10 colleges developing campaigns for the McCain Institute addressing targeted violence. MSU ad professor Samantha Franska says,
to have the opportunity to address these issues as college students is huge for these students.
Franska says the campaign is providing the students with a meaningful professional experience.
It's something that is really prevalent across the country and frankly around the world.
She says the group is currently in the research phase of the campaign.
Looking at incidents of targeted violence across the country, seeing what's leading to these types of violence and what we can do to counter those.
Jordan Moore is part of the ad team. Moore says the group's goal is to create a peer-to-peer campaign that will counter negative messages.
We're really working on spreading the campaign through friends and family because friends and family are more entitled to be part of a campaign if their loved ones or their friends are promoting it.
Moore says their campaign will focus on advocating for inclusiveness and positive self-image.
Being a college student, especially here on like a college campus that's like diverse, just like Missouri State, that has helped us create a campaign that we are able to use our insights and our knowledge to help create that peer-to-peer aspect.
The McCain Institute's Peace Mavericks program empowers college students like Moore to help counter hate through the creation of these dynamic campaigns. Says the group will submit its final product in May. From there, the McCain Institute will select 3 schools to present their campaign in person at Arizona State University.
Thank you, Nyjah. We have some news around the region now. Missouri lawmakers are making a move they say will help protect kids. The bill is seeking to add the Conservation Department's nature and educational centers to the list of places child sex offenders are banned from. If passed, any child sex offenders that come closer than 500 feet could be charged with a felony. The bill is sponsored by Representative Hannah Kelly from Mountain Grove. She said the Department of Conservation asked for help after realizing child sex offenders were able to go onto government-funded property and authorities could do little about it.
These are state-funded properties. We have a responsibility to ensure the safety and well-being of the children as they access and leave these state-funded properties. And if somebody is going to be a perpetrator of a sex crime against a child, we need to make sure that if they were to commit that horrendous act, that there are teeth there to punish appropriately, so that anyone who might even be entertaining any kind of thought out there in the universe would say, hey, this is a bad idea.
Kelly says there are changes being made to the bill that would allow registered sex offenders who are parents to go along to programs with their kids if they get prior permission.
Several families are grieving after North Little Rock police found 4 bodies inside a home there. Officers were patrolling the area when they saw the door open to a second-floor apartment. When they got to the door, they noticed a man was dead. That's when they went inside and found 2 other men and a woman also dead. Detectives say they were out all day trying to figure out exactly what happened inside this home. Police say there were no signs of trauma to any of the victims. They're hoping an autopsy will give them some more answers. Police found what they think might be drugs in the home, but say they're not ruling anything out.
In some political coverage, Missouri lawmakers are discussing how to counteract the opioid crisis. Currently, Missouri is the only state without a statewide database to track prescription opioids. Lawmakers hope that a recent bill introduced in the House will change that, but some members of Congress, like Republican Senator Cindy O'Loughlin, say the bill does raise some privacy concerns.
We move on to a local spotlight now as our search for women in the Ozarks who you consider remarkable for inspiring change and uplifting other women continues. It's been narrowed down to 4 finalists, and I had the pleasure of meeting Leisha Baker and her contagious smile.
When I think about remarkable women, I mean, there's nobody else that comes to mind other than her.
And to me, it's not anything amazing. It's just me doing my thing.
Leisha and Kevin Baker run a successful tutoring business out of their home.
I went back to school when I was 40 and became an educator. I raised 2 children.
She's shaping the lives of youth, watching as they brighten the future ahead of them. Facebook reviews for their tutoring company go something like this. My daughter smiles while doing math. Beyond supportive, awesome and caring.
When you can do something that really makes a positive impact on others and allows kids to really meet their potential and to stop struggling, it's really cool.
Passing along a mindset that doesn't come so easy to everyone.
When I set my mind to something, I'm going to figure out a way to do it.
Leisha lost her hair to alopecia years ago and says she's turned her insecurity into an opportunity.
You know, my hair coming out and all of that, it's just something that happened, and I figured out how to do me regardless. Life happens. You get to figure out how you're gonna go through this and, you know, go through it dancing and be happy, or go through it, you know, moaning and groaning, and I choose the first option.
Her husband, who nominated Leisha as a remarkable woman, is witness to that on a daily basis.
She's constantly encouraging all of us and our staff and our tutors and our family members to read self-help books, to get better. It's every single day, get better.
And at the end of the day, I know that I can go to sleep because I've done my best.
The other Remarkable Women finalist stories will air Tuesdays in February on Daybreak, as well as the first Tuesday in March. Then get ready, on Friday, March 6th, we will announce the overall winner, who's going to the Mel Robbins Show in New York.
We've got some dry roads out in Springfield right now with mostly cloudy skies and much colder temperatures. We're starting out in the 30s this morning with some light flurries up to the north and west from Clinton and Lake of the Ozarks. That could bring us a light rain shower by this afternoon in Springfield. Details on that coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.